What's going on, Arondonauts? My name is Josh. I'm a zipline guide here at Lake Lanier in Georgia. Michael, since I know that you love heights so much, we are about 65 feet up off the ground, and this is what I'm doing right now.
We did this test on Saturday, but now I'm in my car, so I want to do it again. I have a lavalier on me, and I'm going to compare how that audio sounds to the cell phone audio while I'm driving to work. Today is the first day in a while that it hasn't been super foggy when I wake up in the morning. It's still a bit gloomy though. Last week was a weird week. The election was going on, there was a whole lot of work to be done, and by the end of it, I was just so exhausted. After we watched Arrival on Saturday, I went back home and just crashed. I spent all of yesterday doing nothing but laying in bed all day. I hope I can get myself to a point where I just don't feel completely exhausted at the end of every day. But I think I said recently that I'm gonna try not to complain as much in these videos. So today at work we have to do crash course philosophy. I always get confused between the two. I have a lot of emails to respond to today. Today is going to be a very administratively heavy day. And then I've got some K-tectonic stuff to work on later tonight. Hopefully somewhere in there were some good comparisons between iPhone audio and lavalier audio. I'm starting my day with 850 unread emails. Alright, I got the emails down to 674. Caitlin, do you know what time it is?
It's burger time.
It's burger time.
That guy is angry about burger time.
Sarah, do you know what time it is?
It's buffalo hunting time.
Buffalo hunting time. I don't think they let people hunt buffalo in Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Maybe if you ask real nicely.
Do you have any buffalo?
No.
Okay.
Sadly.
I'll do the bacon cheeseburger, please. That right there is apparently the supermoon to end all supermoons, at least until, I don't know, 50 years from now or whatever. That's what the internet tells me, at least. That this is the closest the moon will be to us for a while. Although, I feel like I see that headline on Facebook every 2 months. Caitlin is coloring the K-tectonics episode.
It's just like a coloring book, except not. This is the black magic footage, and then this is from your drone. I imagine they won't color the same.
They should look the same in the end, though.
They should.
It's 12:53. Been working on K-tectonic stuff for some number of hours. I'm rendering a thing right now that's going to take 5 hours and 21 minutes, so it's probably time to go home and take a nap. This episode of K-tectonics that we're working on has had quite a protracted development cycle. The script for this one was certainly more complicated than I expect most of the episodes to be, so I hope this is not indicative of the amount of time it's going to take for every episode, because we're already a week behind the schedule we wanted to be on. But I guess when it comes to me and my artistic pursuits, who's surprised that a thing is behind schedule? Right, Kat? Right. This is Shini's last trip to Missoula.
Well,
that's sad.
Maybe.
For physics, as a non-American, how have you enjoyed our most recent election?
Let's just say moving back to London has been made less painful. That's what I'm saying.
I wish I could go with you.
How are you feeling?
Well, I mean, it's not the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My favorite person in the moment.
Did you hear that?
Being so good.
I'm her favorite person.
Yeah. I'm okay with being second best.
Today I'm working on an episode of SciShow Kids and hosting some episodes of just straight up SciShow.
It's just kind of in the back. Kind of like,
It's a little bit Swiss cheesy.
Yeah.
Like when I was driving home from work and I felt something poking the back of my tongue. And I was like, what is that? And I was sticking my finger back there to try to figure out what was going on. And I could tell that there was something like sticking out of my tonsil rubbing against my tongue back there. And I was like, what the heck is that? So I got home and I looked in the mirror, and I'd never really looked at tonsils before, but they have what are called tonsil crypts, where it's just like there's a lot of little things in your tonsil where stuff can get in. And there was just a white thing sticking out of my tonsil. So I got some tweezers and I pulled it out. I didn't know that tonsil stones were a thing, but now I do. And you know how we've talked about before where the feeling of having earwax pulled out of your ear is really nice?
Very satisfying.
Yes, it was very similar. Like the feeling of pulling this thing out of my tonsil was very satisfying.
Do I have tonsils? I don't know.
Should we start with news? Minerals like calcium and phosphate keep your bones tough and rigid so your limbs can be attached properly and your body's not just a squishy mess of tissue. But a new study published in the journal She Cells, Stem Cells by the Seashore. Lots of scientists are researching really small things that can go wrong in human bodies, but plenty are also looking at planet-wide issues. For example, some fish populations are plummeting because of things like commercial fishing and climate change. Thanks for watching this episode of SciShow News, brought to you by our president of space, you guessed it, S.R. Foxley. Do you want to hear a fun story?
Okay.
At the end of our retreat, I weighed 190 pounds. And then I was like, that's too many pounds. So
Yeah.
I lost some weight,
ketoed.
I ketoed, and I got down to 180. And
Man,
then
just stopped
and then I
ketoing.
stopped ketoing, and then yesterday I weighed
190.
190 pounds. So, good.
212.
Oh my. It's a wee bit blustery today. It's all overcast up there. So SciShow is done, SciShow Kids is done. I'm going in to check on the state of Cape tectonics right now. Looks like Christmas time has arrived. They've got a bunch of Christmas trees in the back of that truck, and they're sticking them on the light poles, like those up there. Apparently tonight, Kelsey's brother is in town, so we're gonna have dinner, and from what I hear, we're gonna get along swimmingly, because he likes to wear all black, and he likes to stay inside the house all day long. Sounds like my kind of guy. That was a really nice dinner. I went in expecting to film a bit, but the mood just didn't feel right. I've talked before about how I struggle sometimes with finding that line between what to film and what not to film. And for the health of my personal relationships, it's probably better to err on the side of not filming, if there's any question. But anyway, there was Kelsey and her brother and her mom and dad, and it was all just very nice.